Hi guys, Bomber here, welcome back to the channel, and today we'll be doing the 6th chapter of Captain LISTRATA's campaign, while also obtaining the bonus battle. So, as the bonus battle requirement is to not play Rampart, we have not so many restrictions, and so we'll go for a basic bounty LISTRATA deck. So the shell of the deck is always the core of the deck is always the same. We start off by producing a bunch of food thanks to Spice Route and Trade Company. Then we convert that food into gold thanks to Merchant Guilds. We run 2 of them to actually make it easier to obtain the Merchant Guild faster, as it is a very high costly card. We also run 2 copies of loans so that we can obtain a Merchant Guild faster, and also to gain a burst with the bounty if we need to kill our opponent even faster. And so to actually kill our opponent, the main win condition is bounty, to convert all that gold thanks to the Merchant Guild into attacks, and that's the main win condition. Then we also run some utility cards like Sibylline Scroll, which help us recycle through our cards. In particular, it helps us redraw the Merchant Guilds, because if we actually play 2 of them, that's actually already GG probably. So Sibylline Scrolls help doing that. And then we also run a copy of the Knight, because in some battles the Knight will be useful. For example, in the second battle, when our opponent will drop a warship, we can go turn 1 Knight to actually kill our warship on the first turn, because we gain a food. We can feed the Knight so that the warship is put on 4 health, and then the warship takes the Retalis from the Knight, and so that's actually a pretty hard counter to the warship on the second battle. And so for that reason we run the Knight into our deck just for those battles. So let's jump in the first match. So, in the first match we are up against Pietrasiani, with a hero power each turn draw an ally, and that's really not too much of an issue, because we, as a bounty deck, we don't care about our opponent board. We just want to grow our economy and then kill our opponent in the fastest way possible. So we actually don't need to care about our board, and so the hero power doesn't come in handy. So as usual, we want to start with producing a bunch of food, and hopefully getting the Merchant Guild as fast as possible. So next turn we'll go probably Trade Company, and then we just need to wait for the Merchant Guild to come. Actually the loan is really huge, because we can then go the Merchant Guild this turn, and so you see that this deck is really fast. Actually we can't this turn, but the turn after. If we did restock the most upgraded one, we could have played it the turn before, but that's actually fine. So we'll wait a turn to play the Sibylline Scroll, because when our hand is full, we will draw, we have 4 coins in hand already, and then we'll draw 3 cards from the Sibylline Scroll and choose 1. So if we draw 3 cards and they are all coins, we have 7 coins in hand, so that's actually unlikely. Instead, if we had only 1 coin in the hand, we will draw 3 cards, and 9 of them would have been coin. Instead, if we have already 4 coins in hand and we draw 3, we only have 6 left in our deck. So that's actually increases our chances to draw a non-coin card, and that's what we want, so that we can actually either draw as we play the Sibylline Scroll, the Merchant Guild, or we can cycle back to it. Because the card we want to draw with the Sibylline Scroll is the Merchant Guild, and so that's why we run the Sibylline Scroll. And as you can see, since we did draw so many times the Merchant Guild, we can actually kill our opponent on the 4th turn, probably. Yes, because or the 5th turn. So you see that this deck is really fast. A bit of overkill here. So that's GG. So on the second battle, as I said, our opponent starts with a warship, and we actually want to play the Knight on the first turn, and we probably can do that on this turn, because we have the loan and the Knight, and we actually want to go for the loan anyway, because then if we do not buy anything from our bank, the Knight will just drop out of the bank. So we want to always play it, and we can't actually play the Knight because we miss 1 gold. so we'll wait for a turn. So right now we can go for the knight, and we actually need to feed it 2 times, because there was a militia in here. We want to put the worship to 4 health, so that it takes the retaliate from the knight and it dies, and so that actually slow down our opponent pretty badly, and so that we can actually stick with our deck plan. We also have a copy of War of Fire Ship in our bank, because only for this battle, to actually counter the warship, but we don't want to counter the warship with that, but instead with the knight. So we can go for anything, and so we'll just wait. Really, I don't care to buy the fire ship, I don't think it's that good. So we need food to obviously play the Merchant Guild, but we actually want the knight not to die, and so we will heal him if needed. But obviously we want to keep the most food possible to actually get a big Merchant Guild. But probably the knight is also a secondary win condition. But it really is in here just to kill the warship. And also, if the knight is already alive when the warship comes in, you see that it attacks the warship, and so we don't actually need to feed him, because the warship is already at 4 health. So now we can start our food production chain, and then hopefully get the Merchant Guild. So you see that the knight is a pretty hard counter to the warship. So now I'm probably obliged to buy the fire ship, because I don't want my Merchant Guild to drop out of the bank. We also did not redraw a knight, and that's pretty huge, because if we do not redraw it next time, the next turn, the Marshal will activate another time the warship next turn, and that's pretty bad for us. So let's see if we can. We also can use the bounty to kill our opponent's board if everything else fails. So let's go for a Merchant Guild, then a Sibylline Scroll to either draw a Merchant Guild or a Knight. We did not redraw any of them, and we still did not redraw anything. At this point I really need to kill some of his stuff with the bounty. It will probably not kill the warship, it will not kill the warship, but it will kill the Marshal and all the other stuff, because if we did not do that, we would have been dead. So we had to do that. So actually the Merchant Guild is pretty nice, so that we can actually, and there is the Knight. Also we have a bounty, so we can use that to clear the warships instead, and keep the Knight for some other stuff later. So let's see, we are probably 1 Merchant Guild and bounty behind Lethal, so let's just wait. So we just want to have our Knight as healthy as possible, so that it can counter the warship when it comes, the turn it comes. I should have probably kept the Sibylline Scroll for next turn, when I had 4 coins in hand, as I said before, because it increases my chances to draw some stuff, some good stuff. So let's just go for a Spice Road, even if I could have waited the next turn. But with 2 lawns on play, we can keep the coins, because we have actually to use them before redrawing stuff, because we are negative on gold. So I'll just use the bounty to cycle, because really I don't want to kill my opponent. Sorry, I forgot that I had 9 food, so that we can actually kill our opponent. So GG. So you see that the Knight was a really huge addition to the deck on the second fight, because really it counters the warship, and without it probably the Merchant Guild bounty deck falls apart, because the warship, if we do not defend or kill it fast enough, it will kill us on 4 turn. And while the bounty Merchant Guild Captain LISTRATA deck is very fast, it can't kill on 4 turns. So we actually need a way to stop our opponent, and the Knight is the best at doing that. So the third battle is against Pietrasiani, which reads allies activate when killed, and another time we will not kill allies so consistently during the fight, because we actually want to OTK our opponent, and so we don't care too much about her hero power, but it's a pretty threatening one, because if he actually goes with a warship, which is probably the most threatening ally of her, we probably want to kill her, but if we still kill her, the warship will still attack us, so really we don't want her to play the warship, or we need to be faster than her. Probably she won't go for a warship because it's pretty costly, and she does not have ways to cheat it, for example with Loan, or at least for what I know, she can't cheat it. So, we don't want the Merchant Guild to cycle out, but we have a second copy, and so that's fine. Next turn we can go for a Merchant Guild. She did went for a warship, but that's pretty much too late at this point, because we can already go for a Merchant Guild. And if we want, we can also go for a knight to just hard counter the warship another time, as we did the battle before. But probably we don't need to, because we are pretty close to lethal. But anyway, let's just keep it nice and slow, and don't risk too much. So actually the warship did attack because we killed her, so we took 6 damages, and that's probably GG. So you see, this deck is very fast, and the knight hard counters the warship that you will encounter in this fight, and so probably the bonus battle is assured. So as you can see, the bonus battle requirement is no rampart played. We do not run rampart, and so that's fine. And let's go to the bonus battle. So the bonus battle is against Master Nevretto, which hero powers reads poison lasts +1 turn, and really his hero power is not what is the problem here, but the fact that he runs so many Loans, and he also has bounty and other ways to kill us fast, like Belladonna and probably Arsenic also. So it also ignores intercept. So really we don't want the knight too much in this fight, probably only against the bounty, but that's only 4 health that we restore, so instead it's probably better to just go for straight food production and just kill our opponent as fast as possible. So as you can see, he starts with a bounty, so that's even worse for us. So as always, we want to start with the trade company, and probably there is also a chance that our opponent can kill us on the first turn that we try, because really if he goes like before Loan and then bounty, he can probably kill us. So next turn he will go at -2 health, money, and he will go to +1. So the bounty will only deal 1 damage. He can't go for a Loan, and so we are safe. But probably if the Bantling Crown, if 2 of them actually proc, we are dead. But really, I don't think that he can actually kill us next turn. Probably just heal for 1, just to not risk too much. Also, he did went for a bounty to cycle back, and so that's fine. Next turn, he will be still at 2 negative gold, and he will go at 2 gold if he plays all of his coins. So he can go steal for a Loan or a Belladonna, so we are still fine. 3 of them Bantling Crowns need to activate to actually kill us, and I don't think that's the case, so let's just wait. So now he will be at -3. If he plays all of his coins, he will be at 0, so we are still fine. And the problem by going first turn Loans is that then on the later turns you will have no gold for several turns, but that's fine. He went for it, and then let's see how it works for him. So actually right now I don't want to risk the Bantling Crown activating, so let's just see if we can grab a Merchant Guild before. And we can, thanks to the 2 procs of the Wishing Coins before, so we go for a Merchant Guild. And then I don't know if I want to go for a Knight to actually slow him down from the what is the name? The bounty, and actually become closer to killing him, because we are actually pretty close on the food. And probably, yes, I want to go for it, so that we are pretty much more safe and we still can achieve Lidl pretty easily. And that's it, that's Lidl. Because we can use bounty and then kill him off with the apples. So, GG. Chapter done. So, that's it for this video. Hope you liked it and find it useful. Be sure to leave down below a comment to let me know what you want to see in the next videos. And as always, see ya.